Huntsville, Texas, it's College Hoops on ESPN. Tonight a matchup between two of the Southland's top teams, Sam Houston and New Orleans. Let's take a peek at the Southland Conference standings coming into this one. Sam Houston and New Orleans tied in 4th place. That would be the final opening round bye in the conference tournament. You see SFA in 3rd, Southeastern Louisiana in 2nd, and Nicholls State leading the way at 12-2 in 1st place. And with that, welcome inside Johnson Coliseum alongside Paul Baxter. I'm Sam Levitt. Both these teams have punched their ticket to Katy. Now the question is, who will get that opening round bye? We get one step closer to deciding that here tonight.
Yeah, it's such a huge, plays a big difference in the championship game, whether or not you've played 2 games and you're kind of winded, or with 1 game bye, you kind of get a chance to get your legs under you, get a feel for playing in a big game like that.
Let's take a look at our players to watch tonight. First, for this New Orleans team, Trayvon Thibodeau. This guy is unbelievable. Leads this team in scoring, rebounding, assists. He's a big part of this team, and they're going to need him big tonight.
Yeah, Thibodeau last game, he was great with decision-making. He had 7 assists, 0 turnovers, and alongside that 18 points, he's a huge part of what UNO wants to accomplish on the offensive end.
Meanwhile, for Sam Houston, Chris Galbraith, a career-high 33 points against Houston Baptist on Saturday. They need him in a big way, and he's been unreal all year.
Sam Houston State is a different team when Chris Galbraith is in his groove and doing what he does best, and that's scoring the ball, taking good shots, and creating plays for other players.
A big one tonight here in Huntsville. Starting lineups coming up next. Ready to rock here in Huntsville on a Wednesday night. Starting five on the floor. And we are underway here in Huntsville on this Wednesday night, a big one in the Southland Conference. Sam Levitt, Paul Baxter with you, and the Bearcats begin on offense here tonight. John Dewey running the ship.
Yeah, look for Sam Houston right here to get something going inside. Try to get something around the rim, get themselves established and comfortable on the offensive end.
Dewey off the window, and a pretty move to start things for Sam Houston.
You know, what better player? You need John to play well for you, especially here late in the season.
Sam Houston State sitting at 17-11 overall, 11-4 in the Southland. New Orleans at 14-12, 11-4 in conference. Both these teams tied for 4th place in the conference standings. A critical matchup here tonight.
Yeah, like we said earlier in the opening, you know, it's a big game in the Southland Conference for everybody. It's who's getting that bye and who's getting a little extra rest.
Harrison to the rim, wouldn't go, but a foul. Opening minute here in Huntsville. Sam Houston leading 2-0. That was an offensive foul, rather, on New Orleans. Goes against Tyron Harrison, his first.
It's a great job by Edwards just stepping over early and taking that lick. That's what you want to see.
Sam Houston leading 2-0. A minute gone by. Here's Aubrey and Edwards. Chris Galbraith had a career-high 33 on Saturday. His first shot wouldn't go, the offensive rebound. Edwards. Butte working down low, and a quick start for Sam Houston.
Strong finish right there by Butte.
We're working on the score bug issue. Get that up in a moment. Minute and a half gone by. 4-0 Sam Houston. Rosser. Around the arc it goes. Here's Deontay Champion. McCour Poe working on Butte. Spinning, floating. Left it short. The offensive rebound. New Orleans resets. A 3 on the way. And a loose ball foul called on Sam Houston. And that'll go against Chris Galbraith, his first.
When the shot goes up, New Orleans is so good at creating second chance opportunities just by tipping the ball around and staying active and no one really giving up on the play.
And a reach in on John Dewey. So 2 quick fouls on Sam Houston.
Sam Houston needs Dewey to stay out of foul trouble.
New Orleans, not a great offensive team by any measure, 70 points a game. That's 11th out of 13 teams in the conference. So the Privateers, they want a slow, sloppy battle here tonight.
Yeah, they want a knockdown, drag-out type of game.
Rosser spinning, maneuvers, lefty hook wouldn't go. Battle for it, picked up by Poe, and he banks it in.
You know, in that possession, New Orleans got 5 extra shots, 5 extra chances to score right there.
Galbraith goes baseline. On the kick, Dewey fires from deep, and he got it.
Great find by Galbraith.
Quick start for Sam Houston on offense. 3 of 4 shooting. And remember, this Sam Houston team, they are terrific defensively. And that time it was Harrison with the bank shot. Sam Houston State only allows 67 points a game, top team defensively in the Southland.
Yeah, it's one thing they take pride in here at Sam Houston State, it's defense.
Dewey out of control. A battle for it and a timeout taken. Or no, a jump ball, possession arrow favors New Orleans.
That's one of the stamps of Coach Hooten. No matter what they're going to do on the offensive end, one thing you can count on is their stance on the defensive end. It's going to be hard-nosed and fought out the whole entire game, 40 minutes of it.
They wanted it down low for Rosser, couldn't get to him. Rosser, one of a trio of freshmen who have done a great job for New Orleans this year. Rosser 3.5 points a game. Berzat has 3 points per game. Troy Green in the game at the moment. He has 7 a game. A young team.
You know, and that's what you want as a coach. You want young guys who come in and affect the game, can hold their own, so they can get good game time experience.
4 to shoot. Green got nothing. And a shot clock violation. Or instead it goes out of bounds before the shot clock runs out. Either way, Sam Houston takes over. A couple of teams that met last year in the conference tournament. UNO winning that game 75-63 in the semifinal. Marcus Harris. Blow by on Rosser, the reverse. He couldn't get it to go. Galbraith battling for it, and the rebound ripped away by Green. UNO in transition. Might have been a travel on Green. No call, and a 3. That's Champion connecting. We're knotted up at 7.
So important when you're getting back in transition that you cover the three-point line. Three-point line now.
UNO on a mini 5-0 run.
Houston State missing some easy bunnies.
Champion tripped up, and the foul against Aubrey and Edwards. First on Edwards, and it'll be UNO ball when we come back. Up and down battle so far here in Huntsville. We're tied up at 7.
This is the original light beer. Brewed to be everything you want in a beer and less. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Dude, what's up with your sandwich?
Oh, this is HEB Bear Bread. You know, the network, they heard bear and assumed that it meant naked.
So what does bear bread mean?
It just means it doesn't have crust, which makes it great for all kinds of sandwiches like the BLT or turkey, tuna salad, any of them.
They all do look good.
Yeah, it's totally SFWL. Safe for work lunches.
Makes sense. I get it.
HEB Bear Bread, part of HEB's Primo Picks All-Star lineup.
You got a little something.
Success does not come easy. Winning championships takes hard work on the field of play and in the classroom by our student athletes.
Thank you for blessing me with this opportunity and your support so that our future Bearcats can continue our winning tradition.
Play your part in building champions and become a Bearkat champion today.
This is the original light beer. And 40 years later, we still brew it the same way. Because when you get something right, you don't mess with it. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Back here in Huntsville on this Wednesday night, a couple of teams battling for an opening round bye in the Southland Conference Tournament. These two teams meeting in the conference tournament last year in the semifinal. New Orleans beating Sam Houston 75-63. And so far, another intriguing matchup here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a very physical first 4 minutes right there on both sides of the court, Sam Houston State and UNO.
John Dewey has 5 to lead the way for Sam Houston. Champion, meanwhile, 3 points to lead the way for UNO. We mentioned UNO, not a very good offensive team, 70 points a game towards the bottom of the Southland. New Orleans tonight, they want a slow, sloppy battle, but hasn't been that way early on.
Yeah, they want to keep Sam Houston State scoring less than what they normally score, and they want to just limit possessions. They're going to do that by limiting possessions. They're not going to let Sam Houston State get second chance opportunities on the other end.
7 to shoot. Green, the blow by. And a blocking foul on Chris Galbraith.
Yeah, Galbraith right there was in position, but he just kind of caught himself sliding, trying to get in perfect position. I feel like he was in a good position where he was and should have just stood still and took the lick right there.
And that's already Galbraith's second foul. So he's in some serious foul trouble. He'll come out in a moment. Green at the line. Jamal Williams comes in for the first time tonight, replacing Galbraith. Scott Plaisance comes in for UNO.
What a great guy to have coming off the bench, Jamal Williams. Such a great asset to this team, and he's a veteran. He knows exactly what coach wants.
8 points a game, 5.5 rebounds a game. You're right, Paul. He's certainly been that sixth man. A big one for Jason Hooten.
Yeah, and Sam Houston State really relies on their bench. They rely heavily on their bench.
Dewey, the motor of this Sam Houston offense. Spinning around, creating space.
Great patience right there, keeping his pivot footwork, and stayed down, got the defender up, was able to push one in.
Dewey only had 5 points on Saturday at Houston Baptist, already has 7 here tonight.
Yeah, that's a good sign for the Bearcats. It's always good to see someone, a struggling player who's such a big part of your team.
Ugly shot by Champion.
Getting going.
Sam Houston in transition. Dewey, 15-footer wouldn't go. Rebound taken away by Rosser. Stolen away. Up ahead for Dewey. Putting on the moves. Not a good shot. Butte the rebound.
Great job by Butte, running the court, staying in there. You never know. John kind of got ahead of himself. Lost track of Butte and just kind of got one up there, and Butte was able to follow it and put it back in.
Harrison, it's a Plaisance. Plaisance, a big guy, 6'9", 220. Champion gets to it. Now Green, 7 to shoot. Green working on Harris and an offensive foul.
It's a great job by Harris, keeping his feet moving. He knew it was late in the shot clock and kept his feet moving. He knew his guy was going to go one-on-one and try to get something at the rim.
First on Green, second team foul on UNO. That's New Orleans head coach Mark Schlesinger. Year number 7 with the program. Last season, Southland Coach of the Year. This, of course, a UNO team that went to the NCAA tournament a year ago. Williams a 3, left it short. Battling underneath, but Tondo had it stolen away.
Tondo, you got to remember, It's a good finish right there with the left.
Rosser all the way to the rim.
As a big man, every time you put the ball down in the off of offensive rebound, all the guards are in there. You know, when you put it on the floor, you got a lot of hands. A lot of guys lower to the floor than you are.
Edwards around a screen. Into the corner. Dewey, hop step, had the shot altered by Poe.
I don't like that shot by Dewey. Seems like a little force.
Privateers picking it up defensively the last couple of possessions. Harrison. Down low, Zeno. Nearly got his own rebound, and last touched by Zeno. By the way, Paul, our player to watch tonight, of course, was Traven Thibodeau. You know, something we haven't mentioned so far, Thibodeau has not played tonight. He has not been in the starting lineup.
Yeah,
We're going to have to get some more info on that. That's something to keep an eye on tonight.
Looking at that, he was warming up.
Yeah. And all signs before the game said that Thibodeau was going to play tonight. That's something when we were reading the starting lineups, didn't quite register, but Traven Thibodeau not in there. Knotted up at 11. Josh Delaney into the game. Harris tries a three. Clanks off the iron. Rebound ripped away by Champion. Scott Plaisance, redshirt junior from Marrero, Louisiana. And the big man, 6'9", 220, a soft touch.
Yeah, Edwards is way undersized right there. He has to do his work early. Whenever you're guarding a smaller defender guarding a bigger guy, you got to do your work early. Don't let him catch it in his spots.
Edwards down low, great find and a foul.
It's a great pass right there. That's great vision by Edwards.
Brings us to immediate timeout. UNO up by 2. Critical matchup tonight between Sam Houston State and New Orleans. These two teams tied for 4th place in the Southland standings. That would be the final opening round bye in the conference tournament in Katy in a couple of weeks. Freddie Batondo at the line for 2 out of the media timeout. Batondo doesn't play a whole lot, just 1 point a game. Well, either way you slice it, the big story early on in this one, Paul, is the absence of Traven Thibodeau. And we still have not received word on why he's not playing. He was warming up before the game. All signs indicated he would be in there tonight. He's by far the best player on this UNO team, but Thibodeau not out there, and we'll try to find out what we can.
It makes a huge difference on this offensive end. It gives UNO someone to go to for a bucket. He's their go-to guy on the both offensive and defensive end.
UNO up by 2. Josh Delaney, great three-point shooter, one of the best in the Southland. Now to Williams. Nowhere to go. Good defense by UNO. Williams, dump off, Batondo.
Thought was some contact there.
Shot clock resets, and the Bearcats reset.
Good job. Slow it down. Calm your team down. Get a good shot.
Ball hit the rim. Yes, it did hit the rim.
And now our officials come together. They're going to have a conversation about whether the shot by Batondo hit the rim or not. I thought on first glance it did graze the front rim, but they might take a look at this on the monitor and figure out whether the shot clock should reset or what the situation is.
Here's a replay.
Take a look, and that clearly hit the rim. So this should be what the original call was, and that's that the shot clock resets.
A little bit of contact right there on Batondo's left arm.
Jason Hooden going over the game plan with his guys. Well, this shouldn't take very long to figure out what's going on here, but you never know. They may be having some technical difficulties with the replay system, might be part of the issue. You know what? They should just come over here, take a look at our screen, and we will be back in business. Take one more look just to make 100% sure. And clearly that gets the side of the rim.
Neither of them trying to get the time right. When exactly?
Oh, that could be it too. You're right.
The shot clock reset.
Now we talk about how important this game is for both these teams. UNO, they have a real chance to control their own destiny as far as seeding goes in the conference tournament. Last 3 games of Southland play for UNO, against Sam Houston tonight, against Nichols, and then at home against Southeastern Louisiana, the 3 teams ahead of them in the conference standings. So every game's so critical this time of the year, but especially for UNO. A win tonight would really set them up well with some major opportunities down the stretch.
Yeah, it's a good and bad position to be in. You know, if you're UNO, you have an opportunity to really put some damages and throw a curveball for the whole entire, conference. Kind of shake up the standings a little bit.
Now, this is taking an awfully long time. I have to imagine they're either figuring out how much time should be on the clock, but at least on our replay, that ball clearly hit the side of the rim. And it looks like Sam Houston will inbound. And it appears everything will stay status quo. 10:27 left, 23 on the shot clock. So much ado about
Not sure.
about nothing. And we're back. Delaney over to his brother, and a foul, reach in on the entry to Plaisance. That'll be the first foul on Plaisance, team foul number 5 on UNO.
Got to be smarter right there. You can't. A lot of eyes on you. It's kind of out in the open if you're a big man.
Up top, Harris. The blow by, the dump off, Williams. Out of bounds, last touched by Champion. Sam Houston State early on in this one, they've done a great job getting in the lane and then dumping it off to some big guys inside.
Yeah, UNO is very big on the inside, so what Sam Houston State's doing is they're driving, attacking the rim, forcing UNO's big man to help up and trying to get it below them.
Cam Delaney straight away. Wouldn't go, the rebound to Williams. And the Bearcats reset again. Bubba Furlong into the game for Sam Houston. Delaney working on Champion. On the drive, now Williams.
Good job by UNO. This is great defensive possession for them.
Harris goes wild, out of bounds, off Sam Houston. So the Bearcats had about 3 or 4 chances on that possession. They come up empty.
Yeah, and it's testament to UNO's defense. They kept the pressure on Sam Houston even late in the shot clock. They never let up. That was a good possession for them.
That an illegal screen on Michael Zeno.
You know, if you're Sam Houston State, that's what you want. That's what you want bringing the ball to court. That's not UNO's primary ball handler right now on the court.
We said early on that a slow, sloppy game really favors UNO. They don't have a great offense. They turn you over at a high rate. And to this point, midway through the first half, that's what we have, a very slow, methodical, defensive game.
Yeah, Sam Houston State started off hot. They haven't scored in the past 4.5 minutes. You know, they've really struggled.
Great defensive play by Poe. And now UNO throws it away. Dewey in rhythm. Yes, sir.
Right on cue. That's the guy who's been getting it done for him early.
Bearcats back up by 1. Sam Houston back in the man-to-man. The takeaway, 3-on-1. Dewey missed the layup, the putback, it's Delaney. And a timeout taken by New Orleans.
I'm not sure what happened there. Look, it slipped out of John's hand. Those are bunnies. Sam Houston State's going to need those if they want to come out and win this game.
A rare miss for Dewey tonight. Leading the way, 10 points, 4 of 8 shooting. Meanwhile, New Orleans led by Champion, who has 3. New Orleans 5 of 12 shooting. Sam Houston State shooting at 39%. Dewey missed the bunny, but Delaney right there to clean it up.
Yes, you know, that's why it's always important to always follow through, you know. Have your teammates back. You never know what's going to happen.
Bull Reek comes in for New Orleans, the freshman out of South Sudan. And you can't miss him, number 21 on your screen. That's a one tall, lanky dude.
He's about 7'2", 7'3".
In for the final moments before the media timeout at the under 8. Here's Reek. Throws it inside, taken away.
Sam Houston State's going to be very physical with him. Big guys like that usually aren't that strong. So you got to get up under him, keep in contact with him.
Bubba Furlong from 15. And the rebound ripped away by Champion. 7:45 to go. Here in the opening half, a big one here in Huntsville. A couple of teams trying to take control of their seeding destiny in the conference tournament. Poe. Suffocating defense, and he puts it up and in.
Great shot, great poise. He stayed under control and rose up and knocked down a tough jump shot.
Sam Houston State shooting 37%. And the Bearcats turn it over. And it brings us to immediate timeout here in Huntsville. 7:15 to go in the opening half. Sam Houston up by 1.
We believe the best light beer to have with friends is the original light beer. Always brewed with more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Hey, JJ, what's going on? I thought we were doing a commercial.
Yeah, for HEB natural meats with nothing added. So this commercial has nothing added.
No actors, no music, no funny props.
Nothing.
I'll be right back. Hey, guys! JJ said nothing added.
Nothing.
Nada.
HEB Natural Meats with
This is the original light beer. Brewed to be everything you want in a beer and less. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Success does not come easy. Winning championships takes hard work on the field of play and in the classroom. Play your part in building champions and become a Bearkat champion today.
I know my life is going to be in a better place after I graduate because of the donors who give me their endowment each year.
The Bearkat Champions Fund, building champions.
Down the stretch of conference play, a big one tonight between Sam Houston State and New Orleans. Sam Houston State leading by 1, 7:15 to go. In the opening half, Sam Levitt, Paul Baxter with you. Seven to play here in the opening half. Poe down low, got his own rebound. And Makor Poe, the senior out of South Sudan, going to the line for 2.
Furlong right there, Bubba Furlong right there, got caught a little too high on the high side. He was kind of almost in a full front. Gave up his backside position.
Poe, a 66% free throw shooter. Played a couple of years at a JUCO in Indiana. Now a senior at UNO. Good player, 9 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. Had a career high 23 on Saturday against McNeese, a game the Privateers won 90-74. That was the most points they'd scored against the D1 opponent all year. But they're going to have a lot of trouble getting to 90 tonight. Low scoring affair early on here in Huntsville.
Imagine there was a lot more possessions in that game than there will be in this one.
Dewey hounded. Over to Delaney. 7 to shoot. Delaney working on Harrison. Butte. And here comes UNO.
You know, late in the clock, I like the ball in Dewey's hands. You know, he's so good at creating plays for others.
Poe turns around and puts it in.
Tough shot.
Makor Poe's been terrific. 5 points on 3 of 6 shooting. Or check that, 7 points. 4 rebounds to go along with it. UNO up by 2. Dewey leading the way for Sam Houston. He has 10. Cameron Delaney banks it in.
That's a tough look right there. I'm not sure if that's the shot Coach Hooten wanted, but I know he'll take it. It's good defense by the Privateers. It's the better offense by Cameron Delaney.
And in announcer cliche, the bank open on this Wednesday night. Poe down low, And again, Poe draws the foul. He's been a low down low, and that's becoming a problem for Sam Houston. They need to deny those touches deep, and Poe getting really deep in the paint.
Yeah, when he's catching it, Sam State's not doing a good job of being there. So when they're late, they're forced to reach, and the refs are calling those.
Poe has 7. Now 1 of 3 at the line. We take one more look. The foul.
Right there on the arm.
Couple of Bearcats in foul trouble. Dewey has 2. Delaney has 2. Galbraith has 2 as well. John Dewey III, the junior out of the Bronx. A long way from New York City. Harris got his man in the air, and a foul on the floor.
It's a good use of the pump fake by Harris right there.
Foul on Troy Green, his second.
Recognizing they're in a 1-and-1.
Team foul number 7. And Harris knocks down the front end. Marcus Harris, the junior from San Antonio. 10 points a game. He's been terrific in conference play, 14 a game. Good free throw shooter at 76%. Knocks down a pair. And the Bearcats back up by 1. Good defense by Harris, denying Rosser the catch inside.
UNO is really looking at the mismatch they feel they have in the guard spot. They have a much bigger size advantage down low, so they're trying to get them off of a UCLA cut and a quick post up.
Champion triggers in. Seven to shoot. Down low, Rosser. Offensive foul against Rosser.
Yeah, Rosser's leading with the shoulder down there.
First on Rosser, team foul number 8 on UNO. Edwards, guarded tightly by Bohannon. Up top, thrown away.
You know, Sam Houston State is best on the offensive end when the ball, and there's a lot of passes. The ball's a lot of paint touches, forcing defense to collapse, and, you know, inside out. They get catch and shoot threes, they get closeouts to attack. Hasn't been a lot of paint touches in that possession.
Sam Houston State shooting just 38%. Bearcats unable to get into a rhythm offensively so far. 4 minutes to play here in the opening half, and a travel on Bohannon. That's the 8th turnover already on UNO.
UNO likes to create turnovers and keep the possession count very low in their game. That's when they're successful. When you're doing something like that, you can't have a lot of turnovers. You know, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Dewey straight away left it short. Rebound ripped down by Champion. Champion has 3 points, 3 rebounds. Deontay Champion, the junior from Mississippi. On the kick, Rosser, a 3. His shot won't go. Champion the rebound, floater, and he puts it up and in. Bearcats quickly the other way.
Great job by UNO chasing down those loose balls. They've been doing that all game.
Dewey, crossover. Down low, Williams spins around.
kind of recognized where he was at on the court and saw he could get it up quick. Didn't even really square his shoulders up too much.
Stolen away. What a defensive play by Edwards, and he had it swatted away. Champion got there. Up and down they go.
Great effort on both ends.
Bohannon Euro-stepping, his shot wouldn't go.
Great steal and a better block right there.
Whipped out to Dewey. Inside for Butte, and Butte going to the free throw line when we come back. 22-21, Sam Houston up by 1.
Yeah, we going to the top now. Top now. And we never ever stop now. Stop now. Yeah, we going to the top now. Top now. Top now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A big-time Southland showdown here on this Wednesday night at Johnson Coliseum. We take one more look at the devastating block by Deontay Champion. Aubrey and Edwards going up for the jam, and Champion saying no way.
It's a great extra effort, not giving up on the play.
Out of the media timeout, Josh Butte, the junior, at the free throw line. Butte, a 63% free throw shooter, and he goes 1 of 2. Sam Houston stayed up by 2. We mentioned early on, New Orleans wanted a slow, sloppy game, and that's exactly what we've got. Takeaway by Dewey, and that's turnover number 10 on UNO. Now the takeaway by the Privateers, and a foul on Harris.
Simpson State has caused 10 turnovers, for New Orleans. You know, it's important that they convert off of those. They can't give them right back.
That puts UNO in the bonus. Matthew Giles, the senior, out of Braithwaite, Louisiana. Missed the front end. Quickly up ahead for Dewey. And that's an offensive foul on Dewey. He went 1 on 4, 1 on 5. Not very smart by Dewey, the junior.
Yeah, I don't like that decision. You know, he had his arm fully extended on a bigger guy, and Zeno, he was not moving. You know, so that might be one you want to pull out.
Champion out of bounds.
It's the same call we saw earlier when these players are running the baseline. They can't run out of bounds.
Right.
They have to stay in bounds. Saw that call on Josh Delaney earlier.
You almost never see that called in the NBA.
Yeah.
Edwards tried to get it to Williams. Tipped away, and it goes off Poe. Sam Houston keeps it. They changed the call. New Orleans gets it back.
Such a big part of what Galbraith does on the offensive end for Sam Houston State is calm them down. And in times like this, they know they can go to him, and he can get them a good shot, regardless of where it's at, regardless of what the situation is. They know he can get a good shot on just about anybody who's guarding him out there.
A foul away from the basketball. This is going to go against Butte.
Butte's undersized in there. He's working his butt off. He's trying to get good position.
First on Butte. Team foul number 9 on Sam Houston. And McCour Poe, a 66% free throw shooter at the line.
Tell you what, Poe's doing a great job of staying active down there. He's forcing Sam Houston State to guard him, and he knows that they're undersized, and Galbraith, their best defender, is in foul trouble. He has 2 right now. He's really trying to exploit that.
Tied at 23. Great pass inside. Williams throws it down.
That right there is a read. Sam Houston State's seen UNO hard hedging, and they're kind of cheating it. They're hedging before Sam Houston State comes off, forcing the ball handler to be put in a bad situation, so they just slipped it early.
The rim rocker by Williams. Final minute here in the first half. Giles a 3. He connects. New Orleans up by 1.
It's a good job of Delaney coming over there and helping. He kind of gave himself up, gave his positioning up, but wasn't able to get back to his defensive assignment.
About a 5 second difference, 5-6 second difference between shot and game clock.
And this is exactly where you want the ball.
Harris winds it down. Working on Giles. Pulls up, straight away. He banks it in.
The bank is open today. I'm not sure if that's a shot Hooten wanted, but that was.
And Butte swats one away, 1.2 to go, and now UNO will inbound.
Not sure if that's the shot they drew up, but that's one Marcus Harris felt comfortable with right there. Sometimes that's all that matters.
So in a first half that was offensively challenged, a couple of shots down the stretch. Giles at the buzzer, and that'll do it. A low-scoring affair early on here in Huntsville. John Zui, the star early on. Butte getting involved. And we go to the halftime break. Sam Houston State up by 2. We're back in a moment.
This is the original light beer. And 40 years later, we still brew it the same way. Because when you get something right, you don't mess with it. Miller Lite. Hold true.
At HEB, we are all about Texas beef because we're dedicated to supporting local Texas ranchers, like Dr. Charles Graham from Gonzales, Texas.
I've always loved working ranch animals, so I became a veterinarian to ensure my cattle got the best care 24/7. They need lots of TLC, and I make sure to get it.
Ranchers like Dr. Graham are why HEB buys more Texas beef than anyone else. This is the best Texas beef department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
What does it mean to be Southland strong?
It's not just big wins.
It's success in the classroom and being engaged with service,
family,
passion,
integrity,
overcoming adversity,
hard work and dedication,
bettering people around you,
striving for excellence,
leadership and competition
on our campuses
and in our communities.
We are Southland strong.
Dude, what's up with your sandwich?
Oh, this is HEB Bear Bread. You know, the network, they heard bear and assumed that it meant naked.
So what does bear bread mean?
It just means it doesn't have crust, which makes it great for all kinds of sandwiches like the BLT or turkey, tuna salad, any of them.
They all do look good.
Yeah, it's totally SFWL. Safe for work lunches.
Makes sense. I get it.
HEB Bear Bread, part of HEB's Primo Picks All-Star lineup.
You got a little something.
This is the original light beer. Brewed to be everything you want in a beer and less. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Growing the growl is not just a saying or an expression. I take it as more of a Bearkat way.
It's time for everybody to get together. So anybody comes out, the community of Huntsville comes out and just get together, wear your orange.
To me, Grow the Growl is more than just letters on a stadium or words on a pamphlet. It's more about an overall feeling of spirit.
You made the commitment to come to Sam Houston. Commit all the way, 100%.
On a show here in Huntsville on this Wednesday night, a good one, as Sam Houston State leads 28-26 at the halftime break. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for Sam Houston. Only 2 games remaining in the conference schedule after this one at Central Arkansas on February 28th, and then against Stephen F. Austin right here on ESPN3, the final regular season game on March 3rd, and obviously both those games very critical for the Bearcats. Meanwhile, we take a look at the upcoming schedule for New Orleans, and they have some key games coming up as well. At first place Nichols on February 24th, and then against Southeastern Louisiana, who's also ahead of them in the standings in second place on February 28th. That one on 11 Sports, so you can watch that one on your television. So should be a very, very interesting run down the stretch of conference play, the Southland tightening up, and then, of course, the conference tournament starting on March 7th in Katy. Our score at halftime, Sam Houston 28, New Orleans 26. We're back in a moment. Back here at Johnson Coliseum, a good one early on between Sam Houston State and New Orleans. Sam Houston State leading 28-26. Welcome back inside Johnson Coliseum alongside Paul Baxter. I'm Sam Levitt. A slow, ugly affair early on. We mentioned in the open that that's exactly the way New Orleans likes to play. How does Sam Houston pick up the pace and make it more their style of game?
You know, Galbraith has been in foul trouble. He only played 5 minutes this first half. So for Sam Houston State, it's important when they do come back in, it's important that they get in some good transition buckets, get him some good touches early, get him feeling comfortable on the offensive end.
Let's take a look at our first half highlights in this one. Early on, it was the John Zui show. He made a number of plays. We take a look at the New Orleans highlights. Damian Rosser had 2 points. A nice move there by Plaisance. And the big story was Poe. He was terrific, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and the Bearcats had a tough time stopping him.
Yeah, Thibodeau hasn't played a minute this game, and Poe has been great in picking up where he brings so much to the offensive end. You know, he's made a couple tough jump shots and helped UNO find some buckets when they needed it.
Meanwhile, for Sam Houston, they're led by John Zui. He has 10 points, and he was the early story in this one, but you have to credit Sam Houston's defense, as they usually do. They've come up big again here tonight.
Yeah, they've forced UNO to 12 turnovers here in the first half. That's a lot, and they've converted off those. They've gotten some good buckets in transition and gotten to the bonus early.
Sam Houston State leading by 2 here at the halftime break. Sam Levitt alongside Paul Baxter. We're back in a moment here at Johnson Coliseum. Back here in Huntsville, there we are, back here in Huntsville on this Wednesday night. We take a look at our Southland basketball standings. The top is tight. Nicholls State ahead of the conference at 12-2, Southeastern Louisiana at 12-3, SFA in third place at 11-3. And then the two teams playing here tonight, Sam Houston State at UNO, 11-4, tied for fourth place in the final opening round bye in the conference tournament. And then there's everybody else, but we focus on those top 5 teams, and certainly a tight race to the finish. A lot to be decided over the next couple of weeks. It will be very, very interesting to find out how things shake out. Our score here at halftime, Sam Houston State leading 28-26. The second half coming up when we return on ESPN3.
Make some noise and get behind your Bearkat defense.
Back here in Huntsville on this Wednesday night, second half about to get underway. Sam Levitt, Paul Baxter with you. Sam Houston State leading by 2, an ugly, slow-paced opening half, and it's going to be very, very interesting, Paul, to see what we get here in the second.
Yeah, I'm looking for Sam Houston State trying to up the tempo, trying to get some more possessions out of this game. Get out in transition, get some easy buckets.
John Zooey led the way with 10 points for Sam Houston in the opening half. On the kick, Edwards thought about a 3. Shot clock at 10. Harris, Dewey. Foul on the floor late in the shot clock, not a good one. Goes against Troy Green.
Yeah, Green's not breaking his feet down when he's closing out. He's relying on his quickness. Whenever you're closing out, you have to chop your feet, get your feet moving so you can have a quick first step. You can react. Give yourself a chance.
Scott Plaisance comes in for UNO. Edwards on the kick. Harris from the corner. Off the back rim. And the rebound hauled in by Harrison.
It's a good look right there for Sam Houston. Catch and shoot 3 for a great shooter.
Plaisance way out there, dumps inside Harrison. Spinning, nearly had it stolen away, he loses it. By the way, Chris Galbraith back in there for Sam Houston. He had early foul trouble. Bearcats played without him the majority of the opening half, and now he's back in. Galbraith working on place-on, spins, and he scores. Sam Houston up by 4. Rosser down the baseline. New Orleans, remember, playing without their best player, Trayvon Thibodeau. Out tonight, that's what we've been told. Rosser, 7 to shoot. Nowhere to go. Great defense by Sam Houston. Champion wouldn't go, and the rebound ripped away by Butte.
Great defense right there by Sam, and a great job of gang rebounding. There's 4 jerseys right there fighting over that one.
Dewey on the baseline. Edwards down the baseline, dumps off. Butte had it swatted away. Sam Houston gets it back. Shot clock does not reset. Dewey knifes in. Harris, 5 to shoot. The contact. Butte battling for it. And this will be a shot clock violation unless they say the possession turned over, and it did. Now 8 turnovers on Sam Houston, 13 on UNO.
Sam Houston State was doing a good job early of taking care of the ball. Good cut right there.
Playson says 4 points. He's 2 of 2.
Not sure who set that screen, but that was a great screen right there on the backside.
You have to give UNO a lot of credit tonight. If they stay in this game and somehow win it, they're doing it without by far their best player. Wild shot by Dewey, but a foul.
Yeah, they're finding a way to get it done, especially on the offensive end. Everybody's kind of contributing.
Dewey a game high 10. Dewey a good free throw shooter at 86%. The foul goes against Plaisance. His second, already 2 team fouls on UNO. And Dewey goes 2 of 2.
Dewey's picking up the pressure here.
Thrown away, miscommunication between Champion and Plaisance. And Champion is just irate with his teammate McCord Poe. And Galbraith was wide open. Down the baseline, battling, and he scores. Poe and Champion were talking, and nobody went to get Galbraith.
You know, that's the second time I've seen this from the UNO team. Kind of not getting back, not focused, not understanding that the play's still going on. A lot of frustration on the UNO ball, on the UNO team.
And now a foul away from the basketball on UNO. It goes against Plaisance. That's already his 4th. 3rd team foul on UNO. And I agree, that last possession, Galbraith was wide open, just a total breakdown of focus by UNO.
Yeah.
We said it, they were arguing at midcourt, and because of that, Galbraith had nobody around him. Bearcats up by 6.
Your coach is preaching next play, next play. Whenever you make a mistake, it's important you move on to the next play, or else you make more than one mistake.
Edwards inside and 1. Josh Butte going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
Sam State's going to try and capitalize on that mental lapse by New Orleans.
Sam Houston on an 8-2 run at a halftime. Make it a 9-2 run. Great finish by Butte. Bearcats up by 9. Nearly stolen away.
Good defense by Edwards. He's flying around. He's very active on the defensive end.
Poe at the elbow. Now to Rosser. And the foul goes against Aubrey and Edwards.
Yeah, chucking the cutter.
His first, team foul number 1 on Sam Houston, and 20 on the shot clock for UNO. Champion. Another foul away from the ball. And this one on Butte.
Seems to do a better job. They need to communicate on how they're going to guard that shuffle cut right there down low.
Sam Houston State on a 9-2 run at a halftime. Bearcats up by 9. It was a slow, ugly opening half, but Sam Houston State starting the second half in a much different way on a 9-2 run at a halftime. Sam Levitt, Paul Baxter with you. Down low Poe, spinning, righty hook is good. And Poe's had a really nice night, 12 points, 4 rebounds to lead the way for New Orleans.
He's very effective from 15 feet and in. Great athleticism, he's able to jump up and soft touch, make tough shots. Give himself a chance putting it on the rim soft.
Edwards. The bounce to Harris. Under 10 to shoot. Edwards wanted Butte, taken away by Rosser. Threads the needle. And the finish by Harrison. Terrific pass by Rosser, and Harrison streaking down the lane. Down low, what a find. Dewey to Butte for 2.
Both of these teams are looking like they're starting to find their comfort zone on the offensive end.
Sam Houston State shooting 46%, New Orleans shooting 48%. Zeno, soft touch. And all of a sudden, you're right, the offensive rhythm has been much better. Dewey cuts through the D, had it stolen away. Turnover number 10 on Sam Houston. Rosser, floater in the lane, too strong, and the rebound ripped away by Galbraith. Wide open, Harris tries a 3, left it short. Spills out to Rosser, and here comes UNO.
Looking for one of these teams to try to take advantage of the unsettledness of the other team and, you know, slow it down, try to get a good solid bucket on the offensive end and a good stop on the defensive end. Looks like UNO right here is trying to execute some offense.
Harrison squares up, draws the double. 3 to shoot. Does Rosser know it? I don't think he does. He finally gets it up. Shot wouldn't go. Battle for the rebound, a loose ball foul on Harrison, and not a good possession whatsoever by UNO.
That was a good job right there by Galbraith. not fouling. You know, he has 2 fouls. He's such an important part to the Seamsters State Ball Club. He did a good job right there of applying pressure, making the offensive player feel uncomfortable, but not fouling.
Quiet night so far for Harris. He is 5. Dewey fakes a 3. Thought about another. To the elbow, Galbraith had a career-high 33 on Saturday, and he knocks down the 15-footer.
Great patience. He knows he has a mismatch. He knows that Poe can't guard him out there that far from the basket. That was a great job of allowing the defender to pass through.
Galbraith has 6, and that little 15-footer, such a terrific part of his repertoire. Foul against, now let's see, who did they get on that foul? 13 foul on Sam Houston. In for Harrison. On the cut, Zeno lost it, battling for it. Jump ball, possession arrow favoring New Orleans.
It's a good job right there by Marcus Harris being on the help side. Galbraith got picked off by that high UCLA cut that they've been that UNO's been running. Harris is in there to be able to break up the pass, and get a jump ball out of it.
Shot clock at 5. Rosser triggers in. Privateers have to hurry. Harrison steps back, and he knocks it down. What a shot by Harrison. A 2.
That's a tough shot on 2 defenders.
Harrison has 6. He's played a solid 22 minutes. Top of the key. Dump inside. Galbraith working hard and 1.
Great find by Edwards. Slipped it right under the UNO defender's hands, right in the Galbraith's pocket. He'll be able to go up strong and finish.
Galbraith now 4 of 6 shooting, has 8 points. He got into early foul trouble in this one. But when he's in there, he's such a low down low. And just such a tough guy to defend because he can get down low. He's so strong, but as we saw a couple of minutes ago, he can knock down the outside shot.
Yeah, it forces the coach to, puts the coach in a tough spot. You know, you're going to put a big guy on him who can guard him down low. He's strong enough and big enough to guard him down low, but not quick enough to guard him outside, or vice versa.
Cross court, Rosser steps in on Harris, knifes inside. Zeno pulls up, rattles around, wouldn't go. And a foul on Sam Houston. It'll be UNO ball when we come back. Sam Houston up by 8 here in Huntsville. couple of teams who met in the Southland tournament a year ago. New Orleans beating Sam Houston in the semifinal, 75-63. And in the first meeting since last year, we've got a good one. Sam Houston leading by 8, under 12 to play here in Huntsville. Sam Levitt alongside Paul Baxter. Both teams in the second half so far finding that offensive rhythm.
Yeah, both teams have both kind of tried to convert their defense into offense. They try to turn each other over and get some easy baskets, get their guys going.
Champion to the rim, and the rebound ripped down by Delaney. Bearcats shooting 47%. 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Dewey. Kicked away off the foot of Poe. Dewey leading the way for Sam Houston, 12 points. Bootsay, the only other guy in double figures for the Bearcats with 10. Meanwhile, Poe leading the way for New Orleans with 12. 5 to shoot. Harris has to recognize it. Delaney, shot clock winding down, left it short. Last touched by Sam Houston. Our officiating crew comes together, and they give it back to Sam Houston, so the Bearcats will get a fresh 30. And a foul. Hand check on Giles. First on Giles, that's team foul number 7 already on UNO. So Sam Houston in the bonus.
New Orleans team is putting themselves in tough positions. You know, they're not chopping their feet on some of these closeouts and forcing themselves to put hands on the offensive player.
Harris has 6. He's been terrific in Southland play. 14 points a game in conference action. San Antonio native. Goes 1 of 2. Bearcats up by 9.
Got a little overeager right there.
Foul against Harris. Second on Harris, team foul number 5 on Sam Houston. Josh Delaney comes back in, replacing Marcus Harris. New Orleans not a team that scores at a high rate. Just 70 points a game, that's 11th in the Southland. So if they get behind by 10 or more, it's going to be a real struggle to find the offense to make a comeback. Poe floating and a foul. Poe going to the line for 2. Against Galbraith, his 3rd.
Yeah, Galbraith got beat off the dribble right there and tried to recover with his body.
Poe's been by far the best player out there tonight for UNO. 12 points, 5 rebounds. And now 5 of 7 at the charity stripe as we take one more look at the foul on Galbraith.
Kind of leaned in with the body a little bit.
Dewey a team high 12. Kicks. Delaney knocks it through.
Not sure if that's who that was going to, but that's who you would love for it to find.
Josh Delaney, a terrific three-point shooter. Has the best three-point percentage in the conference during Southland play.
Yeah, he's been shooting lights out.
Bearcats' biggest lead of the night, up by 10. Here's Poe. Now Green wheels in on the kick. Champion triggers. Long rebound taken in by Delaney, and he wisely slows it up. The brothers, Josh and Cam, 15 and 2. The Delaney brothers, pair of twins, in there for Sam Houston. Here's Cameron. Over to Josh. Hand off to Dewey. Shot clock at 10. Dewey against Rosser, spinning, nowhere to go.
Gotta get it up.
Delaney, shot clock winding down, in and out, and the rebound's taken away by Poe. UNO needs stops. They get one there. Privateer's offense just looks stagnant right now. Champion 15-footer connects.
That's a big shot right there by Champion, but yeah, they're not getting the same movement. And there is movement, but it's not movement with a purpose. They're making cuts, and they're not really necessarily looking for those cuts. They're not trying to score on those cuts, so Sam Houston State's not having to guard those cuts.
Galbraith pulls up, long two, rims out, rebound to Champion.
I'd like to see Galbraith to get some points around the paint, points in the paint. You know, score around the rim a little bit. Get himself going.
Now you love that outside game, but that early in the shot clock and that from that distance, that's not what Jason Hooden wants.
Yeah, you know, it's like the side dish of his entree.
I like that. Maybe mix in a little dessert. Foul against Harrison. His third. Josh Butte back in. Galbraith comes out. Hey, you got to love Chris Galbraith going to the bench. Clearly upset he's come out of the game.
Yeah, he just loves helping the team. He wants to help the team. He's gotten foul trouble early. He hasn't had a chance to find his groove, and it happens some nights.
High-intensity guy.
His team has done a great job of picking up where right there. John's been terrific tonight on the offensive end.
Dewey is 14. Under 8 to play. UNO needs buckets. 3. Back rim, no. Poe the rebound. And before the shot, foul on the floor, and it'll be free throws for Poe when we come back. Sam Houston leading by 10, 7:45 to play here at Johnson Coliseum.
Yeah, we going to the top now. Top now. That we never ever stop now. Stop now. Yeah, we going to the top now. Top now. Top now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
New Orleans, the defending Southland outright champions, but Sam Houston State has them on the ropes here in Huntsville. Bearcats up by 10, 7:46 to play. Alongside Paul Baxter, Sam Levitt with you. McCord Poe shooting a 1-and-1 out of the media timeout.
Been doing a great job late in this game. getting to the free throw line.
Poe has a game-high 15. Take one more look at the foul before the timeout.
Yeah. 2 hands on him. It's an easy call for the officials.
UNO not a great offensive team, and Poe has been the lone bright spot tonight offensively. Remember, the early storyline in this one, New Orleans without their best player, Traven Thibodeau, out of this game. Looked like he would play tonight, but has not been in there. Dewey, the crossover. Shot not even close, but cleaning it up was Butte, and the Bearcats back up by 10.
Great follow by Butte. Being alert and tracking that ball down.
New Orleans shooting 46%. Green spinning.
Good defense.
Swatted away. Here's Dewey. Up ahead, all the way to the rim.
Great job right there by Dewey getting to the body of the UNO defender.
Sam Houston's biggest lead of the night.
Forcing him to decide whether or not he's going to foul him or give him that bucket.
Great find, Poe. Couldn't bank it in. Got his own rebound. How good has Poe been? The senior out of South Sudan only averages 9 points a game, and now a turnover.
Seems the State got caught sleeping right there on the inbound.
Champion wide open. He rips it through. Sam Houston falling asleep.
Yeah, these mental lapses. That's what you want to avoid as in a basketball team. You don't want many mental lapses. They had a couple right there.
New Orleans on a mini 4-0 run. Dewey wheeling around. Delaney, a deep three. Wouldn't go. And the rebound taken away by Poe. Great defensive play by Delaney. Off Pooh, and it goes off Sam Houston. Bearcats have once again been solid on defense tonight. That's really been this program's calling card for a long time. Allowing just 67 points a game. Leads the Southland, top 50 in the NCAA.
They have 7 steals tonight, and 18 points off of those 7 steals. 16 turnovers created for the they've created on the defensive end. We got 18 points off turnovers.
Harrison a 2. Rims out, and the rebound ripped away by Harris.
It's a good job right there by Harris holding on to that.
Offensive foul. That's a silly play by Harris, and right in front of us, a clear push-off with the left hand. That's a good call.
Yeah, they're getting comfortable using that push-off to create some space.
Now, whether the push-off really sent the defender flying, that's not the question.
It's out in the open, easy to see.
Can't do it. Our officials discussing something, and it looks like we might have a timing issue, so they'll go over to the scorer's table, try to sort it out. Jason Hooden looking confused at the matter as well. Now, this game's so critical. You can tell why the head coaches are so involved, so intense. These two teams tied for 4th place in the conference standings. That 4th place spot, obviously, Paul, so critical because that would mean the final first round bye in the conference tournament. But with the way these two teams have played this year, really either team could rise to that number 2 spot and take a double bye. But either way, this game just so important down the stretch.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what, one thing you want is one bye. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2 games, just one bye makes a huge difference. You know, it's tough winning 2 games, having to play 2 hard-fought games, and then playing the biggest game after that. 3 games in a row is tough for any college basketball team.
New Orleans has Nichols and Southeastern Louisiana, 2 teams above them in the standings. Sam Houston at Central Arkansas, and then a big one next Saturday against Stephen F. Austin. So big games coming up. Champion, or rather it was Rosser who will go to the line.
Good job right there getting downhill. He had his shoulders facing the basket and put Simpson State in a tough position.
Foul against Williams. Rosser, a 57% free throw shooter, misses the front end, or I should say the first. Take one more look. Williams, a little bit of ball, a little bit of arm. Now free throw shooting, always so important. Sam Houston State, 67%. New Orleans at 71%.
Especially for New Orleans, who relies so heavily on cutting the amount of possessions and slowing the tempo. It's big. It's very important that you make your free throws.
Rosser goes 1 of 2. Edwards. Williams battling for it. Delaney from the corner rips it through.
Shooters shoot.
Sam Houston back up by 10. Why Delaney, he doesn't shoot it a ton, but when he does, they're always so big.
Yeah, that's the thing. He takes great shots. He doesn't take a lot of bonehead shots. Even the last 3 he missed, they might have been from deep, but his feet were set, and everybody on the court knows that has a chance to go in. Good block right there.
And that was Williams getting up. It might have been Galbraith.
And even when Galbraith is struggling on the offensive end like he is tonight, you see him right there on the defensive end coming up with a huge block. Telling his teammates about it.
Mark Schlesinger irate. He thought it went off Sam Houston, but now the Bearcats up by 10. Chance to extend the lead. A couple more buckets might put this thing away.
I saw the ball bounce on CG, on Chris Galbraith whenever he was standing out of bounds. But I'm pretty sure it bounced on the line before it bounced up and hit Galbraith in the waist.
Edwards. Wide open. Delaney. Has to put it up. Shot clock winding down. New Orleans in desperate need of a bucket. And a timeout taken by UNO. Sam Houston up by 10, knocking on the door of a huge win here in Huntsville. We're back in a moment on ESPN3. Couple of teams battling for positioning in the conference tournament, and Sam Houston State knocking on the door of a big win. UNO in desperate need of a bucket. Here's Poe.
That's where you want it.
Floater. Wouldn't go. Battle for it. Taken away by Edwards. You said it off air, Paul. This is a point where Sam Houston, a game like this, you just have to put it away.
Yeah, especially this late in the season. You know, you want to see them show maturity and show signs of improvement in that area coming towards this conference tournament. That's such a big part of that tournament, how you finish games. When you get leads, how well you keep leads. Force teams to claw back in it.
5 to shoot. And tipped out of bounds by Green. 4 on the shot clock, and Sam Houston will inbound. And that'll bring us to another media timeout. Under 3 to play here in Huntsville. Sam Houston up by 10. Out of the timeout, 4 on the shot clock for Sam Houston, leading by 10. Galbraith, turnaround jumper, left it short. Williams battling for it, taken away by Green. And New Orleans, they need points, and they need them in a hurry.
It's great execution from executing that play drawn up in the huddle. Got a
Green,
good look.
Working on Dewey, down the baseline, floats it up and in, and a foul. Big shot and a chance at a three-point play for Troy Green, the freshman out of St. Rose, Louisiana.
It's a strong kid. He's a strong-built kid. That was a great finish. He got the edge and used his shoulders and his strength to power that and get that shot up to the rim.
Green averages 7 points a game. Completes the three-point play. Part of a freshman trio, Green, Berzot, who hasn't played tonight, and Rosser, who have been terrific all year. And it pulls UNO within 7. Four to shoot, Delaney straight away. Rebound to Poe.
UNO's really doing a good job of pushing up in the passing lane. They've done it all game, forcing San Jose to catch the ball higher than they want to. They're not in shooting range, not in the same spots that they're used to catching the ball.
Under 2 to play. Shot clock at 10. Poe spins around, puts it in. And all of a sudden, we've got a 5-point game. Jason Hooden calls a timeout. Don't go anywhere. 1:39 to go. Sam Houston leading 57-52. And the Privateers on a mini 5-0 run to get right back in this thing.
You know, Poe has been so good for him on the inside.
Poe is 20.
Yeah, it's 20 right now. Now that's a beautiful left hand right there. Stayed under control, absorbed the contact, and got it up to the rim. If you're the Privateers, that's where you want the ball. You want to go where you've been successful, you know? If you're struggling to score late in the game especially.
And now Sam Houston with an important offensive possession. You need a bucket. You need some points here. Who do you go to?
Right here, they've given Josh a lot of roll-up opportunities. I'd say they put John in a ball screen situation, get a roll-up and CG in a one-on-one post-up. You run the actions before that to set that up so Galbraith is in good position when he catches that ball on that post-up.
UNO will press into Dewey. Dewey's had a great night, 16 points, 2 rebounds. Floor general for this Sam Houston team. Big possession. Dewey dancing around. 7 to shoot. Now Galbraith. Backing down Rosser. 2 to shoot. Spins around, puts it up. Wouldn't go. Rebound taken away by Champion.
The Privateers have really forced Galbraith to shoot a lot of jump shots. Great finish right there.
Rosser to the rim. We've got a 3-point game. UNO on a 7-0 run. Williams. Sam Houston smartly backs it out. Galbraith stolen away.
It's good hands right there by Champion. That looked clean to me.
Green, not a smart shot. Rebound taken away by Harris. And now about a 7-second difference between shot and game clock. That was a terrible shot by Green.
Yeah, it's not the shot you want if you're the Privateers.
Sam Houston State can wind this thing down. Now if you're UNO, you don't want to foul. Tricky situation. 7 to shoot. Harris leans in, throws it away, and with 7.4 remaining, a lot of contact, no whistle. UNO will have a shot to tie this thing up. And a timeout taken by Jason Hooten.
I would like to see a better shot right there by Marcus Harris. Try to get something at the rim, try to get fouled, or get a better shot from someone. See what he was going for. But
now obviously, if you're in New Orleans, you're looking for a 3. 2 of 9 from beyond the arc for the Privateers tonight. And now it's that classic scenario for the defense. Do you foul and put New Orleans at the line? And of course, that's easier said than done.
yeah, if you do that, you want to make sure that everybody on the court knows exactly what the game plan is. So you don't, foul a guy in the act of shooting.
Well, the best three-point shooter on UNO is Ezekiel Charles. He's out tonight with injury. 2 players who have hit threes tonight. Champion has 1. Giles has 1. Giles not in the game. Champion will be in there. You would imagine they try to get it to one of the guards, get up the floor and get a shot off before Sam Houston can commit a foul.
Yeah, and Hooten, that's usually not his game plan. I haven't seen him do that before. But I think he's going to force UNO to catch it in front of him and do a good job of turning them side to side and not giving them time to get the shot off.
UNO in the double bonus. So they're going to the line for 2 with a foul. 7.4 remaining. 3-point game. New Orleans can tie it up. Our officials sort out the clock. They put 8.2 up. A little bit more time. Rosser. And a timeout taken by UNO. So they get it into the front court, and now they can really set up a play, set up a 3 right off the inbound. And, well, now Mark Schlesinger will get to work. High drama here in the final seconds.
Smart decision right there by Coach Schlesinger.
Now you just imagine with the way this game's gone tonight that either Champion or Rosser, the 2 guards who have been pretty good tonight, they're going to get the ball and you have to get a shot up and then you miss it. You try to get a rebound, get it back out. But you would imagine you're getting a shot off the inbound here.
Yeah, I see them trying to get Champion or Rossi a shot off the inbound. Maybe even a pump fake and try to get into the defender like Marcus Harrison on the other end. Try to get a foul and chance to 3 free throws. New Orleans' 2 best three-point shooters in Charles and Thibodeau are out this game.
What a different game this would be if Trayvon Thibodeau had played. Again, not in the starting lineup, never came in off the bench. We were told he's out tonight, but certainly warmed up, and all indications pointed to him playing tonight. But even with that, New Orleans in a situation where they could tie this game up in the final seconds.
Yeah, Poe has done a great job on the offensive end, keeping his team in this, and the whole entire New Orleans team, their team defense has been great. Has been great tonight. They've made this type of game that they can win. They've given themselves a chance here at the end.
Plaisance, Harrison, Poe, Champion, and Rosser out there for UNO. Here we go. 4.9 remaining. Poe, 2 seconds. Harrison at the buzzer, wouldn't go.
Wow.
And Sam Houston survives.
Wow.
57-54.
That was a great play by Coach Schlesinger. A little fade screen for the inbounder, just couldn't get the shot to go. It's a little short.
Sam Houston State now 18-11 overall, 12-4 in the Southland. New Orleans now 11-5 in Southland play, 14-13 overall on the year. And most importantly, Sam Houston, they take control over UNO for what would be a seeding position in the conference tournament.
Yeah, you know, that's the chess game going on behind the scenes. You know, everybody's kind of lobbying for position, trying to get that bye.
We'll be joined by Jason Houdin, who's with his young son. In just a moment, another big win here at home for Sam Houston. The Bearcats have been terrific on their home floor. 8 conference games at home. They've won each and every one. So stay tuned. We'll be joined by Jason Houdin in just a moment. Our final score, Sam Houston State 57, New Orleans 54 here in Huntsville. And again, Sam Houston State now 12-4 in Southland Conference play. And the Bearcats now 12-4. Like we said, these two teams tied for 4th place in the Southland standings before this game began, and now, most importantly, Sam Houston will take control over UNO for those seeding battles. And that's the big story here tonight in what was a vital game for Sam Houston State. We'll be joined by head coach Jason Houdin in just a moment, so stay tuned for that. Players high-fiving the fans who have come out tonight. And just a great job by Sam Houston tonight. They have really dominated here on their home floor. Now 8-0 in conference games here at home. And again, the defense tonight for Sam Houston, terrific, giving up just 54 points to a UNO team that was without their best player tonight, Trayvon Thibodeau. And we'll be joined again by Jason Houdin in just a moment here at Johnson Coliseum. Fans celebrating with the players. A great job tonight as Sam Houston State tonight wins it 57-54. Sam Houston State wins it tonight. We're joined by head coach Jason Houdin. Another big win here at home. Another close, tight game. Late moments, your team comes through once again.
Well, welcome to the Southland Conference and really any conference in the country. And that's what you expect at this time of the year. Two teams that are known for being tough and playing hard, and just a absolute dogfight and a battle to the end.
It was a dogfight tonight. Early on in this one, the pace, you could argue, really favored New Orleans. They're a team that has trouble scoring, and of course they want to slow down the pace, but that really switched in the second half. How did you change up the pace and make it more your game?
Well, I thought we got a couple of stops defensively, and then we turned into a few run-outs, and we got a couple. You know, it's hard when Galbraith doesn't play in the first half because of foul trouble. And we got him a couple touches early in the second half, and he made a couple big shots and got us going a little bit, and I thought that was the big difference in getting us off to a good start in the second half.
Big heat tonight was John Dewey. Bounced back in a big way. Floor general on offense. He was good defensively. What did he do well tonight?
Well, he got us off to a good start. Most of the time when John starts off good, makes a couple of shots early, he usually gets into the game, and he was good tonight on both ends, as you said, and just did a great job of leading us to a victory, especially late in the game when it got a little bit hectic there late.
And obviously this was a huge game in the sense that you came in tied for fourth place in the conference. Now you control that seeding over UNO if things shake out. How big is this win?
Well, it's a big win. I mean, we're trying to just stay in touch with everybody that's at the top up there. I think there's 5 teams right now that are fighting for 4 spots, and I mean, it gives us a win over them, but we got a lot of basketball left. I know we only have 2 games,
sure,
but those 2 games are against really good teams, one of them being at Central Arkansas, which is a hard place to play, and then, of course, the last game of the season here at home against our arch rival, SFA. So, yeah, it was a lot of work to be done. You know, there's a lot of meat left on that bone, so to speak.
You're right. A lot of work to do, a lot of meat left on the bone. Go get some dinner, all right? It's been a long night, a great game here in Huntsville, 57-54, as Sam Houston State wins it. A big win tonight for the Bearcats here in Huntsville. And Jason Hooten joining us post-game. Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Jason Hooten joining us here post-game on ESPN3 as my guy Sheridan gets me our final read. We take a look at the highlights. And John Dewey was terrific. A big game. Josh Butze had a great game as well. A big win tonight for Sam Houston State. To watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. So for Paul Baxter, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long from Johnson Coliseum. Our final score, Sam Houston State 57, New Orleans 54. Have a great night.